So what I'd like to start with today is, and really concentrate a lot of the session is on money management. And over the last week or so, I've sent you through an indicator called display info all pairs, and that should be on your screen, just coming on your screen right now. I've slightly enlarged mine just for the webinar itself, just to actually highlight some of the levels and to show you exactly what they mean. But what I suggest you do with this indicator, if you haven't already done so, I suggest that you just put it on a chart, on a raw chart, and then on the right hand side here, just use the vertical scale and drag the arrows and the candles so they're as small as possible. That way you're going to get a nice black screen behind the numbers to make them easier to see. So whilst this is ticking over in the background here, I've also got a PDF file that I've made up which will make it a lot easier to explain exactly what the indicator does. So on the left hand side here, the first column that we're looking at shows us the currency pair. And the U stands for US dollar, J for Japanese yen. The ones just to be careful of are the F for franc, Swiss franc, C for Canadian dollar, N for New Zealand, G for pound, British pound, and there's no A on here, but A for Australian dollar. And this is an amazing piece of software. It's a hugely beneficial piece of software, and I think it will make a massive difference to your money management and also ease of taking a position size. So on the first column, as mentioned, we've got currency pair. The second column has the current price at the time. Now this was taken around 8 hours ago when the market had just turned over to the new day. So this was around 11 o'clock local time, New Zealand time this morning. So for example here, the US Japanese yen, the current price at the time I took the screenshot was 84.25. The third column here is separated, and the first level is the number of pips that have moved, the pair has moved today. So that is from the market open of the new day's candle. So in this early trading day example here, the US yen had moved 7 pips. The average daily range over the last 30 days for that particular pair, the US yen, is 77 pips. And so even though that's moved 10%, it must be because of the extra decimal place, it's moved around 9 or 10% of its average daily range at that time. The next column here, the fifth column, that tells us the spread at the time. As you can see down here where I've got current spread. The next column along where it says 2.2%, that tells us what the spread cost is as a percentage of the average daily range. So at the time here, 1.7 pips was the current spread, and that was 2.2% of the average daily range of the US yen. And then I'm just going to jump to the last two columns first. The last two columns here show the swap price for if you're buying that particular currency or selling. So if you're long on the US yen and you have a trade open at 4:59 p.m. New York time, then you'll get paid 24 cents per standard lot. And if you're selling the US yen and have a trade open at 4:59 p.m. New York time, then you will be deducted 44 cents per standard lot. So that's what these last two columns are. However, the column that I use myself and the one I really want to concentrate on during this webinar is this third column in here from the right where it says dollars per pip for a standard lot in your account currency. So what that means is that on my particular account, my personal account, which is funded and denominated and traded in New Zealand dollars, I'm getting paid $15.93 in my local currency for every standard lot that I have on the US yen per pip. So for every 1 pip the US yen moves, and assuming I have one standard lot on that particular pair, I get paid or I lose $15.93 in New Zealand dollars per pip.